Hello, I wanted to take a minute and show y'all a new and exciting feature that's been added to the school's website. It's the ability from your class web pages to be able to give your students quizzes or tests that they can take online. And when they take them online, depending on the types of questions you ask them, you can make it so the website will actually automatically grade those for you. Or depending on if you have essay questions, you'll have to go in and grade those particular ones. But once you have them graded, it will actually commit those grades into your grade book, so you will have them in there and not have to enter each one of them manually. So to do this, what you do is come to your class and then go to the Assignments tab, and from there you just click on Add Assessment. Here's pretty much like setting up any kind of assignment that you would normally give. I'm going to just call this a practice test. I'm going to say that I want it to be 100 total points. I can choose to have this divided equally by question or assigned per question, where if you want to have things that are worth more than others, choose this option. I'll go ahead and do that so you'll see it. If there's a time limit to complete it, and how many attempts they're allowed. Questions appearing on the screen, you can either have it do it one at a time, so it just shows one question and they'll have to click next to move on, or list it all together where they'll just scroll down to be able to get to the next questions. The randomized questions option will allow you, if you have multiple questions on the test, have each student that logs in will get the questions in a different order. This does not affect how you will actually grade it, but it just affects the way that they appear for the students. Choose your assignment type. I'm going to call this a benchmark test. Give it an abbreviation and number of points and things like that. So down here you'll go and you'll choose a couple of different options. First thing I'm going to do is, again, you choose the date it is assigned on, but also you can choose the time. This is important because if you do not put a time in here, it will be available starting at midnight that day. So if you're going to give a quiz at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but you don't put an assigned date, once the student logs onto the website at 8 o'clock that morning in another class, they'll actually be able to see the assessment and log in and try to take it. So you can actually put a time that you want it to start. And if it's something that actually you want them to do overnight, you can make the due date the next day, or whichever way you prefer to have it, so they have multiple days to be able to complete the assessment or assignment. The publish now, this is where, again, if you're choosing something for in the future, you would choose assigned date, so it wouldn't appear until the date and time that you have set for it to actually appear. So I'm going to click Save and Add Questions. Here again, it's got the title I gave it. I can put a description right here. Please take your time on this test. Then for the questions, I have 4 different options: essay, fill in the blank, multiple choice, or true false. So if I come and drag a multiple choice question over here, right here I have the option to put how many points it's worth. I'll make this one worth 20. You do have the option to add media. You can add an audio file, embed a website or a video, or add a photo to it if there's something, other material that you'd like for the student to have to be able to view this. But then I'll come in, edit the question, and then you have places to come down here and put in the responses that we'll see. Notice here on the right hand side, you also need to choose which one or ones are correct. If there's more than one correct answer they can choose, you have that ability too. So if I choose that one as being correct, and you also can add another one in if there's not enough options for you. Okay, then I can go to my next question. I'll do a fill in the blank. I'll just say again, number of points I want it to be. And for a fill in the blank, you could put the answers that are acceptable. So if spelling does count, obviously you can put that in here. You always will be given the ability to review the results that were given. So if you want to accept something else that was close if the student misspelled, but that's, again, at your discretion. Then I'll choose a true false. Again, choose which one's correct, and the last one I'll do is an essay. So for this one, I'll make it worth 40 points. I got to go back up here to the true false. Make it worth 10. Down here at the bottom, it will show you that the number of points that if you're assigning them, it'll let you know when you've gotten up to 100 points, or whatever the number of points was that you wanted the total quiz to be worth. You can preview it here. This again will be what a student will see. They come, they would hit begin, again be able to move through the questions, put in their answers in, and when they get to the last question, it has submit answers. They can always go back and look at the questions, which is nice, so they can go back and review it and make sure they did everything the way they wanted to. I'm going to go back to assessment, and I've gotten everything created. So I'm going to switch over to a student view. Okay, so this is one of my students from that quarter. I come in here and look and see now that I have a practice test available, and I have this option right here to take. If I click on the take button, it's going to bring me into the same view. I'll click on begin, and I'll go ahead and take the quiz. And then have them submit the answers. It asks them to make sure that they wanted to submit it. And it shows they've now completed the assignment. So, if I go back in as a teacher and look at it, I come back in, click on it, and I can see which students have done it. So right here I have one student who's done it. I can click and see their results, and I can see whether or not they got the questions correct or not. So for an essay question, you've got to put in the total number of points they get so you can review it. Each one of these gives you the option to add a comment to it as well. So if you wanted to put a comment in there about what they did or what they could have done to make it correct, and you also have the ability to override anything. So if I actually I realized it was a bad question, I wanted to go ahead and give them points, I could go ahead and do that. And then once you hit save, again that's total number 40 points, and hit save. Okay, I've got the grades there, but they're not committed. Not committed means they're not actually recorded in your grade book as well. So once you've gotten everything, all the students in your class have taken it, you'll have the ability up here to bulk commit. It'll make sure that you want to do it. But when you do that, it will actually put that in the assignment column in your grade book and have the grades for all of your students. This detailed breakdown will also give you the ability to look and see per question which students got them correct. So you can see if there were exceptionally hard questions that you had on your quiz or test. And again, it's just nice to be able to see that information as well. So I know this has been a quick run through of it. If you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to ask, and hope this will be something that you try to use in the near future. Thanks again.